lời chào mừng tất cả quý vị quan khách và đồng hương có mặt ngày hôm nay ủng hộ cho làng dưỡng lão tuổi hạt Ontario. Cảm ơn quý vị rất nhiều. Kính thưa quý vị, một tràng pháo tay để chào đón Hòa thượng Thích Thiện Tông.
Kính chào quý quan khách, quý tôn giáo, quý hội đoàn, quý cơ quan truyền thông báo chí và tất cả quý đồng hương đã đến tham dự buổi đại nhạc hội gây quỹ lần thứ 5 của làng dưỡng lão tuổi hạt Ontario. Sự ủng hộ của quý vị trong những năm qua đã đem lại cho chúng tôi sức mạnh tinh thần cũng như vật chất để mạnh dạn tiếp tục con đường xây dựng ngôi nhà dưỡng lão ấm áp tình đồng hương cho quý cô bác cao niên của cộng đồng người Việt chúng ta. Đường đi khó, không khó vì ngang sông cách núi, mà vì lòng người ngại núi e sông. Câu nói này trong bất cứ hoàn cảnh nào, công việc lớn nhỏ nào cũng đúng, và sự xây dựng làng dưỡng lão tuổi hạt cũng vậy. Tuy nhiên, bản thân chúng tôi cũng như toàn thể anh chị em trong ban quản trị, ban cố vấn và thiện nguyện viên đã có lời hứa chung là chúng tôi sẽ không bỏ cuộc. Xin thành thật tri ân với liệt vị. Và sau đây tôi cũng xin được hoan hỷ giới thiệu cô Thanh Nhã, tổng thư ký của làng dưỡng lão, sẽ giới thiệu đến quý vị.
Xin kính chào toàn thể quý vị. Và xin được giới thiệu với quý vị các chính khách và quý vị đại diện của các hội đoàn cùng báo chí có mặt đêm nay. May I please ask that you hold your applause until the end. Và cũng xin quý vị đừng vỗ tay cho đến phút cuối. I am honored to introduce Mr. Francesco Sobara, MP of Vaughan, Woodbridge, representing Honorable Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, đại diện cho Thủ tướng Justin Trudeau. Honorable and Mrs. Michael Tibolo, Minister of Community Safety and Correctional Services, MPP of Vaughan, Woodbridge. Mr. Stephen Leche, MPP of King, Vaughan. Both Minister Tibolo and MPP Leche representing Honorable Doug Ford, Premier of Ontario, đại diện cho Thủ hiến Doug Ford. Ms. Sarah Singh, MPP and Deputy Leader of Ontario's NDP, representing MPP Leader Andrea Horwath. Deputy Mayor Mario Ferry, City of Vaughan, Phó Thị trưởng thành phố Vaughan. Local and Regional Councillor Sundar Singh, City of Vaughan. Councillor Tony Carella, nghị viện Ward 2, City of Vaughan. Councillor Sandra Racco and Mr. Racco, nghị viện Ward 4 của City of Vaughan. Và bà Hoàng Bình Minh, Chair of the Vietnamese Women Association, Toronto, Chủ tịch Hội Phụ nữ Việt Nam, Toronto. Mrs. Anna Nga Dương, Vice Chair of the Vietnamese Seniors Association, Hội Cao niên Việt Nam, Mississauga. Mr. and Mrs. Trần Quốc Thiện, Republic of Vietnam Veteran Association, Hội Cựu Quân nhân Việt Nam, Ontario. Mr. and Mrs. Nguyễn Việt Long, Hội Quảng Ngãi Association. Mr. and Mrs. Quốc Nguyễn, Chair of the Vietnamese Sick Children Assistance Society, Hội Việt Nhi dị tật. Mr. and Mrs. Hoàng Đạt, Phòng thờ mới Weekly Magazine. Ms. Thanh Tâm Hoàng, Đài SBTN from Saigon Broadcasting Television Network, Canada. Mr. Việt Tiếng from TV Việt Tiếng Television. Mr. and Mrs. Nguyễn Tất Hấp, Đài VBSC Vietnamese Broadcasting Services, Canada. We thank you for your love and your support so much, and we wish you an enjoyable evening. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce to you Mr. Francesco Sobara, MP of Vaughan, who will deliver a speech on behalf of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. It's great to be here. It's always a pleasure and actually a privilege and honor, more so, to be gathered with the Vietnamese Canadian community, which I know is very vibrant, very dynamic community located in the city of Vaughan and the entire GTA. It's a pleasure to be here with you this evening to celebrate and recognize, first of all, educational success of the future leaders of both the Vietnamese community and Leaders for Canada, and to celebrate also the 5th annual fundraising gala for the Vietnamese Golden Age Village for the Elderly. As everyone here may know, our government's goal is to provide all Canadian seniors and those approaching retirement with a secure and dignified retirement. The retirement home, GAVE, would see 200 long-term care units, which would help accommodate the current 600 seniors that are on a waiting list for seniors accommodation. We recently launched the National Housing Strategy, and I look forward to sitting down with the Vietnamese community to discuss opportunities available through the National Housing Co-Investment Fund new construction stream. Canada has always been, for the most part, an open country, an accepting country, a country that prides itself in inclusivity. And refugees have made everlasting contributions to this country. So I wish everyone a wonderful evening, continuing success to those young, brilliant minds, and I know how important education is to the Vietnamese Canadian community. I know that for a fact. One of my best friends after high school went to Stanford and is now a leading doctor in New Jersey, and I talk to her quite frequently. So with that, I wish everyone a wonderful evening. Thank you.
And now, a speech by Mr. Dem Nhac Hoi, MPP of Vaughan. A round of applause, please.
Well, thank you very much. Xin chào quý vị. I hope I got that okay. I just want to be very brief and thank each and every one of you for your continued generosity. It really is making a difference, and I want you to know on behalf of the Premier, Doug Ford, our new government, that the work you are doing to support our seniors at the Golden Age is making a difference. And I'm proud to support the work you are doing at the Golden Age Village in Vaughan. And I want each and every one of you to know, without any hesitation in my voice, working with our Deputy Mayor, Mariel Ferry, and other members of the team in Vaughan, that we are determined to get this project done. And I want each of you to double down on your generosity, to continue to support the Golden Age, knowing that the government is working every day in partnership to get it done. The work you have done over the course of the last 5 and 10 years is really inspiring. And the Vietnamese Canadian community, going back to 1975, following the fall of Saigon, the story of the pursuit of democracy, the pursuit of freedom and human rights, leaving communist Vietnam for Canada and for democracy. It inspires me as a generational public servant in government. And I want you to know we will never forget the sacrifice you and your grandparents and parents made in the pursuit of liberty and democracy. You deserve a country that respects your contribution to Canada. And for our seniors here, one day we will all become seniors, but for the seniors in this room today, know that we will always honor your sacrifice. We will always respect the work you have done to build a more tolerant, free, and prosperous Canada. So on behalf of the Government of Ontario, on behalf of our Premier Doug Ford, I say thank you so much. Gamun Kui Ve, and I wish you all a very pleasant evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Dem Nhac Hoi. Wasn't his Vietnamese fantastic? And next up, we'd like to introduce to you Deputy Mayor Mariel Ferry to deliver a speech on behalf of Mayor Dem Nhac Hoi and the city of Vaughan.
Well, thank you so much for the invitation. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the city of Vaughan and all those who are committed to senior services. I too am committed. I too will continue to work with your committee and your community to ensure that it happens. And you've just heard from the two previous speakers the commitment and dedication that they have. Let's continue to work together on this. I know that having seen the level of enthusiasm, the level of commitment, the level of determination on behalf of the group, that there's no way that we can not achieve that goal. So to all of you that are here tonight, thank you for your contribution. For those who are going to join us later, I welcome their participation, and I look forward to continuing to work with all those who preceded me, all those that are here, and all those who are committed to make sure that the dream happens. Thank you.
To you, xin quý vị một tràng pháo tay cho ông MVP of On, Mr. Minister Michael Cibola.
Thank you. Thank you and good evening, everyone. It is truly an honor and a pleasure for me to be here this evening. I bring greetings on behalf of the Premier of the Province of Ontario, Mr. Doug Ford, and the entire government of the Province of Ontario. One of the things that, when I became the Minister of Community Safety and Correctional Services, I discovered that we have a lot of problems in our communities that relates to the fact that there are a lot of people that have lost touch with their culture, with their heritage, and a lot of kids are growing up without having the richness of their backgrounds being part of who they are. And so what happens is, rather than growing from inside and being motivated from intrinsic values, spirituality, so for me, on an evening like this, to see so many young people receiving scholarships, to see community coming together, celebrating language, culture, history, traditions. These are the values we have to make sure our kids continue to have and to grow with. Because when they're strong inside, they know how to say no, whether it's to drugs or a path that leads them in a direction away from doing better for society.
To start off the show tonight, we'd like to introduce to you a song called The Prayer. Golden Age Village chose this song to express the hopes and dreams of a home of compassion and gratitude for the Vietnamese elderly. Many of these seniors left their homes some 40 years ago to fled their communist-turned country, even without any idea of what their future would hold. All they were left with were hopes of a brighter future for their families, with freedom and peace. We'd like to dedicate this song for those who stand for a brighter tomorrow and send gratitude to all of the elders who have raised us up strong and free. This is The Prayer, presented to you by Dem Nhac and Laman.
And watch is where we go. When eyes will still be wide, in times when we don't know, let us be our prayer. When we lose our way, lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to the place so we'll be safe.
La luce che tu hai nel cuore resterà a ricordarci che
stars go out each night
eternas de la sed. Nella mia fede,
Let us be afraid.
quantas belle sere,
When shadows there are there. Em bỗng thấy nhớ anh nhiều. Em thấy lòng chợt lẻ loi. Cô đơn cùng với đêm dài cứ trôi theo em từng ngày. Anh ơi giờ đây em cần một bờ vai anh ơi, nhưng không cạnh anh lúc này để em có nơi tựa vào. Em nhớ lại những kỷ niệm mà sao trong em buồn thế. Em nghe cơn gió đang về như anh gần kề bên em. Em đưa đôi mắt em đi nhưng không thấy anh ở đây. Em yêu anh quá mất rồi, em nhớ như anh về thôi. First was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking how could never leave without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I was strong, and I learned how to get along. Thank you. And so you're back. And so you're back. And so you're back. The last place I just want you to remind me when that's all in the wrong place. Should have changed space in the club. Should have made it like these. I am not just one second. You've been back to me. No one to go. Walk in the door. So turn around now. 'Cause you're not welcome anymore. But you want to try to break me with my thing on the floor. You think I ain't hard
But she comes, packed with an operatic voice that'll swift you off your feet. Put your hands together for the beautiful and graceful Nhac Hoi.
chiều nay
xa nỗi cô đơn riêng mình ta. Vào mùa đông bầu trời trắng xóa trong từng thư bao năm ngày qua. Đời còn nhiều nhung nhớ cho dù tình mình đang lỡ, vẫn mong cho bóng người quay về.
Vị hát hay quá. Từ nãy đến giờ mà không chịu hát, toàn bài quen mà quý vị không chịu hát. Nên là từ giờ đến cuối chương trình mà cứ thấy quen là hát quý vị ạ. Dù là đường mưa xa, dù đời chờ là nỗi xót xa, dù tình chỉ là mong mây, bờ môi còn không cắt chờ. Cầm tay anh nhé, dù đời này bao nhiêu bão giông, để đường nào kề bên em, mưa sẽ thôi rơi, còn buồn xuân.
Over the last 5 years, with the support of donors specifically to the Scholarship Fund, we've supported close to 60 Vietnamese Canadian students in their undergraduate, graduate, and professional training. These students are recognized for excellence in academics, community service, and leadership potential. They represent the next generation of our community, and tonight we celebrate them and their families.
Xin kính mời Hòa thượng Thích Thiện Tông của Làng Dưỡng Lão trao học bổng Phạm Hữu Nam cho em Laura Nguyễn Mai Chi, học sinh năm thứ 4 trường Đại học McMaster.
Next we have Paul Diop, Bachelor of Health Sciences in his third year at McMaster University.
And we'd like to invite Deputy Mayor Mario Ferry to present the award.
Tina Young, studying Bachelor of Health Sciences in her second year at McMaster University.
Xin mời thầy Quang ra để trao giải thưởng cho em Tina.
William Nguyen, studying Bachelor of Health Sciences in his third year at McMaster University.
And we would like to invite Mr. Michael Tibolo, Minister of Community Safety and Correctional Services, to present the award.
Joanne Ong, studying Sociology in her second year at York University.
And we would like to invite Mr. Henry from the Golden Age Village to present the award.
Next up we have Tatiana Nguyen, studying Bachelor of Health Sciences in her first year at the University of Ottawa.
And we would like to invite Mr. Gerardo Noriega to present the award.
Catherine Nguyen, studying Bachelor of Physician Assistant in her first year at the University of Toronto.
And we would like to invite Ms. Huang Binh Minh, President of the Vietnamese Women Association of Toronto, to present the award.
Next we have Stephanie Nguyen, studying Bachelor of Accounting and Financial Management in her second year at the University of Waterloo.
And we would like to invite Mr. Nguyễn Khang Phan, Chair of the Cử nhân, to present the award.
Next we have David John, studying Bachelor of Neuroscience and Immunology in his third year at the University of Toronto.
And we would like to invite Mr. Trần Quốc Kiều from the Cử nhân to present the award.
Next we have Han Tang, studying Bachelor of Nutritional Sciences, Health and Disease in her second year at the University of Toronto.
And we would like to invite Mr. Dem Nhac Hoi to present the
And last but not least, we have Timothy Nguyen, studying Doctor of Medicine in his first year at the University of Ottawa.
And we would like to invite Mr. Trần Xuân Huynh to present the award. Thưa quý vị, đêm nay chúng ta không những mừng các tài năng tuổi trẻ của cộng đồng Việt Nam, mà đây cũng mừng những ông bà, phụ huynh đã ủng hộ, hy sinh cho thế hệ trẻ. Ban tổ chức có thêm lời đến với các sinh viên trong chương trình học bổng. Ban tổ chức muốn ủng hộ các em. Tối nay tặng những đóa hoa hồng này đến bậc ông bà, cha mẹ, người đã luôn ủng hộ xây dựng con đường để các em đi.
To our honorees, as we celebrate your past achievements and current endeavors tonight, we also celebrate the people who have supported you, made sacrifices for you, and dreamt of a brighter future for you to be in. We bestow upon you this rose as a reminder for you to reflect on this. We encourage you to gift this rose to your loved ones tonight as a symbol of your deep gratitude. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our 2018 scholarship recipients and their families.
Một mùa hè đầy ái ân với cơn gió đùa trong nắng, có em ngồi đây mà say đắm cơn mưa nào trên bao lối về. trời mưa tuôn trên tóc mây, cánh hoa em vào trang nhật ký, nhớ dáng ai từ phương trời xa xăm như một khúc ca tương phùng. Ngày nào em đến áo trắng ướt đẫm hơi sương mù rơi,
miền trung vọng tiếng em xinh em bé tên là Hương Giang, đêm đêm khua trắng vàng mà
bài cuối cùng cho nên là em phải ra ra như một cơn gió.
Hãy yêu nhau đi khi rừng thay lá, hãy yêu nhau đi dòng nước đã trôi xa, nước trôi qua tim đong đầy chỉ nhớ ngày mai mong chờ ngày sẽ thiên thu.
Hãy dù nhau trên những lời gió vơi, hãy dù nhau cho cành đá có tin vui, hãy kêu tên nhau trên thuyền dưới bãi, dù mãi nơi này người có xa người.
Hãy yêu nhau đi ngày cụ tôi, dù biết mấy mai đây xa địa thế giới, hạnh nhân đã cho ta nhiều ngày vui vơi. Hãy nhìn nhau vẫn cười lần cuối trong đời.
Hãy yêu nhau đi bên đời nguy khốn, hãy yêu nhau đi bù đắp cho chân hồn, hãy yêu nhau đi quên ngày quên tháng, dù đêm sương đạn dù sáng như bờ.
Hãy trao cho nhau ơn và yêu dấu, hãy trao cho nhau hạnh phúc lẫn thương đau, hãy trao cho nhau lời về đường đau, hãy nhìn vào mặt người lần cuối trong đời.